because there's something else happening in Tel Aviv. Trey?
Yeah, John, we got an alert that more Iranian missiles are incoming, and I'm going to have my cameraman Yaniv pan to the sky here, and in the distance, you see that, again, that small dot of light is an indication that they have started to launch some of these interception rounds to try to shoot down the incoming fire. I'm told that there are alerts across the entirety of Israel, spanning not just from the central part of this country in places like Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, but also in the northern city of Haifa. I do want to update on our last report about a number of injuries. Local medics have now raised the number of injured to seven locations, and they're searching to ensure that people are not wounded seriously or killed in these locations. They are not sure yet. Israeli media says that several are lightly wounded, and you can hear some sirens as first responders, and this is an ambulance going on the street below us. I can see a few police officers, and it is headed toward a location where there was a missile impact before. And John, again, just as we talk here, you're going to see live on your screen, those are interceptor rounds coming from the sea, headed towards central Israel, an indication that any moment we can expect more missiles coming in. And I'm going to have Yaniv pan to the skyline over here. We've got more interceptor rounds coming off of the skyline of Tel Aviv. And so as we talk here, a lot of things are going to change very quickly. But the bottom line here is that the Israeli military is confirming dozens of ballistic missiles are headed again toward central Israel. They are telling people to remain inside shelters. We have very limited information about the impact sites. But as you could confirm from that video that we saw, and I watched it back, serious locations inside central Israel were hit with ballistic missiles. Just yet another indication of how difficult it is to intercept this incoming fire. And now we have a lot of interceptor rounds coming off, and I'm just going to count them here as we're talking. 1, 2, 3, 4 coming off of the sea, and 1 in the distance. And so again, John, this is going to move very quickly, but people in central Israel remain in shelters preparing for the incoming fire from Iran.
Yeah, and Trey, as you and Jen Griffin identified, unprecedented amount of missile activity that we're seeing right now. I just want to read in full the IDF statement that just came in. Shout if we need to get back here. We're watching the live sky over Tel Aviv right now. The IDF says the attack is ongoing. Dozens of additional missiles were launched toward the state of Israel. You are requested to continue to follow the instructions of the Home Front Command and the instructions sent to you. The explosions you are hearing are from the interceptions were fallen projectiles. The IDF repeats and emphasizes not to publish and share the locations and footage of the hits. Yep. The aerial defense is currently identifying and intercepting these launches, as you just pointed out, Trey.
Yep, we've got some interceptor rounds coming off of the skyline of Tel Aviv, and you may see some explosions here. Again, just stay with me because this is all going to change very quickly. My cameraman Yaniv is going to follow these interceptor rounds as they come up to see if there's any sort of interception. Again, it's tough to tell from our vantage point which missile defense systems are being used, but the Israelis have a variety of advanced systems, from David's Sling to the Arrow 2 and 3 system, and of course the Patriot missile defense systems that were provided by the Americans. As we try to gather more information about what the targets are for the Iranians, I can just tell you this is very different from the missile attacks that we saw back in April of last year and October of last year. And it's yet another indication of the situation at hand. The Israelis clearly are continuing waves of strikes. They are targeting not only nuclear facilities in Iran, but killing top military officials from the IRGC. And already the Iranians say they have replaced some of these positions because they understand they are now in a direct confrontation with Israel. And I do want to just convey to you a little bit of what I'm seeing in Israeli media. They're showing damage at one site. It appears to show a road that is damaged and part of a building, some windows that were smashed. And again, no injuries at this location, but first responders are going to what we understand are 7 different scenes across central Israel. And again, the skyline here, Yaniv, if you'll pull out, you're going to see more interceptor rounds coming off of the skyline. as this missile attack continues against Israel.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.